I bought every single Funko Pop from C2E2. Let's check them out. Hey everyone, welcome into Jar's Toy Emporium. My name is Jacob, and today we are going to be showing off all of the Funko Pops that were recently released at C2E2. Now, I was fortunate enough to actually pick up the entire bundle that Funko dropped for this event, which included one of every single Funko Pop that dropped at the event. I think this bundle was a really great idea by Funko, and it was really cool because it even included the limited 3,000 piece Freddy, Franny, and Proto. Now, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Franny by now, but if you aren't, this is actually the very first Franny Funko that we have ever gotten. Now, the bundle worked out really great for me because I had a few other pieces that I wanted to grab, but with Franny being limited to only 3,000 pieces, having to take the time to add all of those pops into my cart and then get checked out could have cost me getting the Franny Funko. So being able just to grab this bundle in one click, get out with everything, was a really cool thing. Now, obviously, I don't collect everything that came in the bundle, but I did have some friends that wanted some Funko Pops from it, so it really worked out great because I was able to help them get those Pops without them having to worry about the drop at all. So, starting off in the world of anime, we actually got some really great Pops, and I'll start off with the ones that most of you guys are probably excited for, One Piece. Now, the first One Piece Pop I want to talk about is actually this Shanks Wanted poster. Now, I haven't watched One Piece yet, but as you guys know, I recently started watching My Hero Academia, so it's just a matter of time before I get to One Piece. However, I really do like the One Piece Pops. I think they're really cool, so I'm excited to start collecting them more once I start watching the show. However, these are going to be ones that I keep just in an effort for when I do eventually get to watching the show. This is actually the fourth One Piece poster that we've got in this bounty form, and I think this one is really cool. Like I said, I don't know much about the characters, but I do really like these bounty posters, so obviously this is going to be a great one to start my One Piece collection with. Now, we did get one more One Piece Pop in the form of Caesar Clown. I obviously, again, don't know much about this character, but I gotta say, out of all the Pops that we got from this event, I think this might have been the best mold overall. It's got some really good detail, the color is awesome, and I think this is a really cool looking Pop overall. Again, another one I'm going to be keeping in my collection for whenever I do get eventually around to collecting One Piece and watching the show. It's good to already have a few of these Pops so I don't have to hunt them down in the future. Now, the anime Pop that I was most excited for was this My Hero Academia Mirio Tagata. I just got introduced to this character, and I know the new season has come out, but I'm not fully caught up yet. But I was just introduced to him, so he is a really cool character that I'm just getting to learn and know more about. I think this Pop is a really great one to be my first Mirio in my collection. I know we've gotten some other really cool ones, but this one is awesome, so I think this is going to be a great one to start off with for the Mirio Tagata Pops in my My Hero Academia collection. Now, a Pop that I am probably going to butcher the name on is this Naruto Pop, Madara Uchiha. I think this is a really cool Pop, but I've not watched Naruto, and with all the other animes I have on my list to watch soon, this one is not quite as high as some of the other shows, so this is going to be one that I'm going to be passing on to one of my friends, but I know he is very excited to add this one to his collection. Again, it is a really cool mold, however, it is just not something that I'm looking to collect right now. Now, moving on to the very last anime Pop that we got is actually a Dragon Ball Z Pop, and it is in the form of Buddy Yajirobe and Karen. Now, I think this is a great Pop, and one of my friends also has dibs on this one, so I'm excited for him to add it to his Dragon Ball collection. But one thing that always gets me with the Dragon Ball Pops is something about the box art on them always catches my eye. I think the orange just pops so well. The little hints of yellow look super good, so I am excited to see how this one looks on his shelves with all of his other Dragon Ball Z Pops. Now, we did actually happen to get one Marvel Pop, but I gotta say, it definitely does hold the weight of Marvel on its shoulders because it is in the form of Tony Stark, and I gotta say, this might be the best Tony Stark / Iron Man Funko Pop we've ever gotten. As you guys can see here, he's kind of has the suit half on, he kind of got his dress suit half on, he's obviously got his iconic sunglasses, so this is a really great Pop. And as you guys know, I do collect Marvel, and I do love Iron Man, so I think this one is pretty safe and sound in my collection. Sticking with superheroes, we also did get one Pop in the DC Universe, and that is this Green Lantern. Now, I've talked about it in the past a little bit. It seems like we've been getting a lot of Green Lantern Funko Pops, and I don't know if this is necessarily one that we needed. However, I do know it did sell out on the Funko Shop. However, you can still find it in some Targets, as that is where it was shared to. This is not one that I will be keeping in my collection because I don't really collect DC right now. However, as of recording this video, we did get our first look at the brand new Superman. I think it's going to be really good. At least I'm hoping it is. And then I'll probably regret moving on from this pop in the future after I get really invested in DC. But for now, I think it's going to be one that I'm going to be moving on from my collection. So let's move on to the biggest Funko Pop that we got in this drop. And by biggest, I literally mean biggest. We actually got this Cresselia Pokemon Pop, and it is humongous, as you guys are seeing on screen. Again, I don't collect a lot of the Pokemon Pops. I'm pretty particular about the ones I do collect. I think the ones that I'm going to stick to are more of those shiny ones that you can get from the Pokemon Center. I really do like those because I think the box art looks so good. However, this one is going to another one of my good friends who has a awesome Funko Pokemon collection. So I'm excited to see how this one looks for him. However, it takes up a little bit too much space for me to hold on to right now, so I'm happy he's excited to get it. Now, moving on to the world of Disney, we did get one soda for this whole con, and it is actually in the form of Jiminy Cricket. As you guys can see here on screen, mine is still sealed because it is something I look to plan to move on from because I don't really collect that line as much. I do have some Disney Pops here and there, but for the most part, I really kind of just stick to Toy Story and a few other IPs and stuff like that. However, I know a lot of people were excited about this one, so I'm excited for someone else to get it in their collection. But speaking of Toy Story, we did get a really cool pop, and as you guys know, I am a gamer myself, so this one is definitely going to be staying in the collection because not only is it Toy Story, but it is gaming related as well, as we got this Woody and Buzz 2-pack of both of them going hard on the analog sticks. Now, I'm excited to keep this in my collection because I am working on getting all of the Funko gaming pops that we've gotten. We've gotten stuff like Stitch, Miles Morales, we've gotten some Batman and some Joker, so this one is going to fit in really well, and it really fits in well with the box lunch exclusive Rex that we've gotten in the past, where he is also playing on the same controller as they are here. So this one is going to be one that is staying in the collection for sure. Moving on to Looney Tunes, which is definitely something I don't collect, but I know a lot of people were excited for this one. We did get an Egghead Jr. I gotta say, this is a very cute pop, and I love the box art on it. Again, not something that I'm looking to keep in my collection, but I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that were excited for this character, and I gotta say, the box art alone, I think, is worth keeping this pop over. However, I would rather move it on to something that would appreciate it more than I will, but I do think this one will look really good on a lot of shelves. Now, moving on to the second literal biggest Funko Pop that we got in this drop in the form of Kung Fu Panda Po. I will definitely be keeping this one in my collection. It'll actually be the pop that starts my Kung Fu Panda collection. I have really come to appreciate these larger pops, such as this 6-inch right here. I think it's really cool that it is going to be displayed out of box in my collection. Eventually, I'll get to the point where I have a little bit of a different background, and I think this is going to be one that looks really cool out of box, sitting there eating his dumplings. But for now, he is going to be tucked away in his box until I can come up with a better way to display some stuff. However, this is a great one to start my Kung Fu Panda collection with. Next up, we have the Simpsons here. Now, I don't collect Simpsons, but I do know a lot of people that do, and this Poochie here was one that a lot of people were excited for. I know Simpsons collectors always like getting new characters because there are a lot of characters in the Simpsons show, so it's cool whenever they get a new one. Again, this is not one I will be keeping in my collection, but I do like the colors on it. I do like the Simpsons box art, and I think this one is very, very, very cool for those Simpson collectors out there that are finally getting a new character. Now, moving on to the pops that you guys have probably been waiting to see is the limited 3,000-piece trio of Freddy, Franny, and Proto, and I'm not going to keep you any longer. Let's check out the Franny. Now, as you guys can see, Franny is dressed up as a stewardess, so it fit the Funko Airways theme perfectly, and is going to also go great with the Freddy pilot and the Proto co-pilot. However, having our first Franny in the collection and having a 3,000-piece one to go along with it, I think is awesome. Now, I love to travel. Me and my wife both love to travel, so I'm really excited to put together a little bit of a shelf kind of dedicated to traveling, and I think this one and the Freddy and the Proto are going to go great on that shelf. Next up, we will move on to Freddy himself, and guys, this Pilot Freddy looks super cool. Again, I love the detail that they did on this one. I love the Funko Airways theme. This one is going to go great, and I really like that they put them all together with Freddy as the pilot, Proto as the co-pilot, Franny as the stewardess, as I've just said. I think these are really cool. Again, 3,000 piece for this Freddy Funko, and it is definitely one that is going to look great on that traveling shelf. Last but certainly not least, we have everyone's favorite co-pilot, Proto. Again, limited to 3,000 pieces, and I love how short and stubby he looks in this Funko Pop form. I think it's really great. This is actually my first Proto that I'm adding to my collection, so it's really, really cool that I was able to cross out Franny Funko and Proto all in one con. So if they can do some more stuff like that where I'm able to add them all at one time, I think that is awesome. So again, that is the Freddy, Franny, and Proto trio. and I gotta say, I absolutely love them. Now that is all the Funko Pops that we got at the C2E2 event. I would love to know down in the comment section below which one was your guys' favorite, and let me know which ones you guys happened to pick up. Like I said, I was able to get the bundle, so I did pick up all of them. However, you guys heard which ones I will be keeping and which ones I will be moving on from, so I'd love to know what you guys think about my selection of Pops that I will be keeping personally in my collection as well. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. I really hope you guys enjoyed getting to get an up-close look at some of these new Pops that we got. I gotta say, I absolutely love them. I think there's a lot of great ones, and I really hope this is kind of the trend that Funko is heading towards for future cons, because I feel like we got a really great number of Pops just overall, and I think we got some really great molds. So this was a great step in the right direction for Funko, and we also got some more exciting news that was released at the con that we'll be talking about in some future videos. But that is going to do it for today's video. Like I said, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and again, thank you guys so much for stopping into Jar's Toy Emporium. Bye.